Okay. So, tell us about your book. You got to hold it up.
Okay. Up here?
Huh?
My name's Jim Kolmann. I have been an executive recruiter for over 20 years. And I wrote this book because so many people who interview for the first time make mistakes they don't even know what they're doing wrong. The only way they find out about it is when they're not asked back. This book is a study in psychological dynamics. It's designed to help you understand what the interviewer is thinking and what that interviewer is not telling you. Once you understand what the interviewer wants, that's more than the obvious, you can have a much better idea of how to proceed. Basically, you got to learn how to dance. You don't have to use it very often, but when you have to use it, there's absolutely no substitute for understanding what you're doing. Almost nobody has a correct understanding of how to interact with a reviewer, an interviewer that they're talking to for the very first time at arm's length. That's what this book teaches.
And why is it relevant today?
It's relevant today because for every good job, it used to be for every good job there were 2 or 3 people who wanted it, and it was essentially a buyer's market. The employees were the ones that were being chased. Today it's exactly opposite. For every good job that's out there, there's 50 people who want it. And therefore you've got to be not only the candidate who has the kind of education and the kind of experience that's necessary, but you've also got to be able to project yourself in a way that causes you to stand out from the rest of the people who are interested. And that standing out is not a function of personality. It's a function of understanding how the dance is done. You have to know how to interact with that interviewer in such a way that that person remembers you as the person who appears most qualified to do the job. Everything in the job interview is appearances, because you can't demonstrate what you know in the amount of time that you've got.
If I mastered the principles in this book, what promise can you make me?
I can make you the promise that there is a greater probability that you will be hired if you understand these principles than if you don't understand these principles. It is typical in the world of interviewing today that for every 10 arm's length first-time interviews that are conducted, only 1 person gets asked back. I have tested this in the marketplace, and when people utilize these principles, out of every 10 initial arm's length interviews conducted, 6 of them get asked back. So that is a tremendous increase in the probability of being attractive. Now, does that guarantee a job offer? No, but it guarantees the greater probability that you'll wind up with a job offer, and the book will also tell you how to evaluate those offers to determine whether or not they're any good.